Welcome to Lesson 2.2. You now possess the speed, using symbols and abbreviations. But remember, speed without organization is simply chaos. You cannot write everything during a lecture. So what do? You build a structure that holds the information for you. Think of it this way. Would you rather carry a pile of bricks, or walk into a building where the bricks hold each other up? In this lesson, you will learn how to turn scattered notes into something solid and organized. There are two ways to structure your notes. Number 1, the outline. This follows linear logic. Use it when you're listening to history, step-by-step processes, or chronological events. Number 2, the T-chart. This shows comparative logic. Use it when you're listening to debates, decisions, or contrasting opinions. Let's start with the outline. In an outline, you always begin with your main idea. It should be on the left margin. Then, indent to the right for supporting details. When a new topic begins, go back to the left again. Here's the rule. If your notes look like a wall of text, they will fail you. You should be able to see the structure at a glance. Think of it as a ladder, one step at a time. Now let's switch to a more flexible tool. A T-chart is great for comparing two sides. Let's say we're comparing whales and sharks. On the left side, whales. On the right side, sharks. Whales are mammals. They breathe air. They give live birth. Sharks are fish. They use gills. And they lay eggs. Keep your points parallel. If one column says lungs, the other must say gills. Look for trigger words like however, in contrast, or unlike. In TOEFL conversations, someone usually has a problem, and someone else offers a solution. Think of it like a tennis match. The student says, "I lost my ID." The professor replies, "Use the student portal." Back and forth. Do not write long sentences. Instead, map the exchange. Write down what was said and why it matters. Writing full words takes time, so we shorten them. For example, instead of government, just write the letters GVRNMNT. Drop the vowels. Use arrows for phrases like leads to or results in. Here's the golden rule. If you can read it, don't write it. Only write what helps you remember. In writing task 2, you must respond to a prompt with multiple student opinions. Here's your goal. Find the gap between what each student believes. Use a T-chart. On the left, write Claire, pro-environment. On the right, write Paul, pro-economy. Now you see the conflict clearly, and you know where to begin your argument. Let's move to speaking. Here are two key tasks in the speaking section. Task number 1, listen and repeat. You are not allowed to take notes. It is all about rhythm and memory. Task number 2, interview. There is no prep time. While listening, write just one topic and one detail. That's it. Focus on clarity, not quantity. Now, let's shift to listening. Listening tasks in 2026 are shorter, around 90 seconds. But they are more dense. Your job is to capture structure, not just facts. Watch for signposts like first, next, or as a result. These words show the argument's direction. Let's say you hear a talk on bioluminescence. You would write, dash definition, chemical reaction leads to light. Dash use 1, defense. Dash use 2, attract prey. Dash medical, tag cancer cells. Keep it short and organized. Now let's look at a powerful test-taking strategy. In the reading section, you do not need to summarize the text. The text is right there on the screen. Instead, write down the question number, then cross off answers that are obviously wrong. Still unsure? Use the circle strategy. Circle the number, make your best guess, and move on. Speed is your secret weapon. Now let's talk about the tools you will use. At the test center, you get paper and pencil. It is permanent, but limited. Ask for more paper before you run out. At home, you use a whiteboard and marker. Be careful. If you erase your notes before the section ends, you lose that information. Write clearly, and do not erase too soon. Now, let's review. Here's what we covered. Number 1, for linear logic, use an outline. Number 2, for comparisons, use a T-chart. Number 3, in a conversation, track the problem and solution. Number 4, for speed, drop vowels and use arrows. The main message, structure saves you when speed fails you. Let's close with one final reminder. These strategies are not just for TOEFL. They are university survival skills. In college lectures, in meetings, in real life, you must build a note system that helps you recall, reflect, and respond. So, start now. Master the structure today, and you'll succeed not just on test day, but in every classroom that follows.